This is the best bets portion of the show. And this is where we pick a matchup, a finishing position, 2 separate outrights, and then a bonus bet. We will start with the matchups that are going to pop up on the grid right now. Yes, there they are. I see a couple of, interesting. We've got one matchup. We've got one 3-ball, and then that looks like a 5-some. Is that a group you have there, Greg?
Group. Yes, that is Group C. Yes.
And what is it?
Oh, it's my turn.
Sure.
All right. So I looked at the power rankings, saw Jason Day way up there. I'm teasing. I'm gonna let it go now. I love Jason Day this week, like I said. So I got Jason Day plus 240 over Zalatoris, Hovland, Clark, and Spieth.
Ooh, interesting. Is that a lot of love for Day, or is it like questions over Hovland and maybe Wyndham Clark and even Jordan Spieth to an extent? I guess all of them to an extent.
Yes. There it is. Just a lot of question marks about all these guys, and only one question mark for Jason Day. Can he putt? And even if he doesn't putt, can he still outperform these guys? I think there's a real legitimate chance he can. Wyndham Clark makes you nervous because he could go shoot 60. Not just because he did it here last year, but he goes crazy some days. Jordan Spieth plays great here. Hovland and Zalatoris are extremely talented, but I have a lot of questions about their game right now. And I would take Jason Day over any of these guys individually in a one-on-one. So why not put them all together? Some might call it a parlay.
Some might call it a group.
Which it actually officially is. And so Jason Day plus 240.
Okay. Jason Day plus 240 over Will Zalatoris, Victor Hovland, Wyndham Clark, and Jordan Spieth. That is Group C on DraftKings?
And FanDuel.
Thank you. I went with a 3-ball here. Russell Henley plus 180 over Connors and Hovland. I share the same concerns over Victor Hovland, and Russell Henley, as Patrick has told me 1 million times, is a top 10 player in the world. But realistically, he finds a lot of fairways. He hits his wedges very well, and he is a good putter. So I'm going to take Russell Henley at plus 180. And Patrick, you too are going to pick on Corey Connors, but you have some Canadian on Canadian battle here. Yeah, that's crime.
Yeah, Trudeau ain't going to like this one. Crime rates are skyrocketing in Canada following this week. Just read the papers. I'm going Pendrith, even money over Corey Connors. Pendrith, another guy in those power rankings, like Greg mentioned. Played great at the Farmers Insurance Open, finished inside the top 10. He's finished inside the top 10 at this course too. I know we don't think of Pebble as a place where long hitters will necessarily thrive, but I think it's a really nice course fit for Pendrith. And Corey Connors, I just used him for one and done at the Sony Open, and he burned me. So a little bad blood there. So we're going to pick on him at even money with Pendrith.
A little bad blood for Corey Connors. So we are both hoping for a little bit of Connors to struggle this week. Finishing positions. Let's see. Let's go with our longest odds, which is Greg, right back to you.
I have a Tom Hoge for a top 20 at plus 210. I really like this one here. Hoge also was in the power rankings. And like we talked about this a little bit last night, Rick, he has just a phenomenal wedge game. He's really strong in the area that you need strength, which is his iron play, specifically wedge play. Even it's really all of his irons are incredibly well. And in many weeks, I think he underperforms considering the strength of his iron play. But I think the real benefit here at Pebble is not only does he like the golf course, and he's proven that with a win here, but the driving disadvantage that he often has is mitigated a little bit. So it puts a spotlight on his strength. He's putting well, gain strokes putting in the last 3. I like Tom Hoge, top 20 plus 210.
No top 15.
Greg, I'm not going to mention the power rankings again. Next sentence. So Tom Hoge was in the power rankings. Very good. Robert McIntyre, Patrick.
Yeah, Bobby Mack. No, a little disrespectful, I feel like. The guy won twice in 2024. I'm certainly not a big Bobby McIntyre guy, but I figure he's on the West Coast. He's away from all the drones in New Jersey. He's going to be nice and comfortable there at Pebble Beach, even if it turns a little ugly, gets a little windy. So it is his tournament debut, but played well in Dubai. He's kind of had a crazy start to his year. Was in Hawaii the first 2 weeks, then flew to Dubai. Hopefully he's on the right clock, internal, external, whatever. We'll let Greg decide on that one. And I think top 20 in an 80-man field is doable at 2-1.
I forgot about the drones. That's
was that in Canada?
Yeah.
I could eat them. I remember.
You want to do this if I was American, eh?
Oh, yeah. Wow.
It took me a second to get the drone reference. It's like, did I miss a TMZ article or something?
Oh, speaking of an 80-man field, I went as far down the finishing positions as I could. Top 40 and found Lucas Glover minus 105. Just a smidge of juice that I'm going to have to pay on this one. But Greg and I talked about this on Monday. Finds the fairway. Great ball striker. I think that he could, if he gets hot, easily finish inside the top 10 or 8 or something like that. But I'm not asking anything near that. I'm just asking for a top 40 out of Lucas Glover. Outrights. 2 separate outrights. Let's do it this way. We'll snake back. I have Fleetwood and Lowry 30-1 or 33, depending on where you're looking. And Shane Lowry at 60. I'm glad to hear that Shane was getting hot off property. He's been playing a lot better golf. And then Tommy Fleetwood also just has played a lot of stellar golf on the DP World Tour. Patrick, it is not lost on me that you have selected not only 2 players who played last night in TGL, but both are frogs.
Big bounce back week for the Boston Commons boys. I don't want to lose sight of Greg saying he missed a TMZ article of Bobby McIntyre and the drones. What would have to happen in Bobby McIntyre's life for a TMZ article to be written about him?
He would have to be dating a like international celebrity.
Hopefully
Sabrina Carpenter.
I hope I live long enough to see that day. But yeah, I'm going with a few Boston Common boys, not Rory. So we're Keegan Bradley, 55-1. I will bet on Keegan Bradley every single week until he wins. He's playing great golf. Selfishly, I want to muddy these Ryder Cup waters, and a signature event win could put him on the team for all we know. And then Adam Scott, 80-1, just pure disrespect. He personifies class. He's hitting it great right now, and he's turned into a great putter. I mean, did you guys see that 32-footer he hit last night late in that TGL match? He's going to carry that Momo to Pebble Beach, and he's going to win this thing. I
did a quick search, and just to confirm, there are no TMZ articles of Robert McIntyre. Just
yet.
Still time. He's young. Greg, you have not strayed far from the top of the board. What would you like to go with this week?
No, I've stayed very close to the top of the board, and for the most part, close to the top of the power rankings.
Oh boy.
I just number 1 in the power rankings, Justin Thomas. Like I said, I'm not nitpicking those rankings. I love Justin Thomas. I love Justin Thomas's game. He's been really hot with his irons, coming off 2nd at the American Express. 3rd in this field from 100 to 125. Tom Hoagie on my list is 2nd. Who's 1st from 100 to 125 yards is number 8 in the power rankings, Scotty Scheffler. Who's the favorite this week. And it feels wrong to me. Like Patrick said, I'll bet Keegan every week until he wins. I will bet Scotty every week indefinitely. I don't want to give up a spot. I think he's going to go out there and win the tournament. I cannot believe I'm saying that. I just don't see this being a setback for him. And I don't see anybody else competing with him. As crazy as that sounds. So I got Scotty Scheffler at plus 525 and Justin Thomas at plus 1,400.
I was hoping that we'd have tee times by now, and I wanted to see who was playing with who, but we don't appear to have those just yet. That is Fleetwood, Lowry, Keegan, Adam Scott, Scotty Scheffler, and Justin Thomas. Those are 6 golfers that range from 5 0.25 to 1, all the way to 80 to 1. So
We got a
take what
winner.
works. Yeah, take what works for you and click the name. I think we might have a winner here. I think we have
I
a winner
agree.
this week.
I agree.
We do.
All right.
We do.